One of the most interesting characters in the Gospel is surely one is Saint Peter. It is amazing that Christ picked him to be the leader of the church. Peter is almost too human like all of us. In the Gospels, we see his ups and downs. At times, he is very brave. At other times, he is very weak. At times, he is rock-like in his faith. At other times, he is more like a piece of jelly. And Peter is the center of today's gospel. He is the leader, but he has his weakness and faults. He denied Jesus. He did not fall simply because he was weak. He fell because he felt he was strong. In giving authority to a man who denied him, Jesus showed that he was establishing his church not on human strength, but on his own love and faithfulness. And Peter's story helps us to understand ourselves and show us how to develop a close relation with Jesus. In a way, Peter's story is ours too. We are so much like him. We too broke out and cold in our loyalty to Christ. Sometimes we are strong, and sometimes we are like a reed shaking in the wind. And his story teaches, without a warm relationship with Christ, we are only on the fringes of Christianity. We can learn more from St. Peter for our own relationship with Christ. In Matthew's Gospel, Peter's confession of faith is a turning point in the ministry of Christ. The scene takes place in the place in Caesarea Philippi, city of a pagan god. In the middle of the city, there was a great white temple built by Herod and dedicated to the divinity of Caesar. And in this midst of this marketplace of gods and temple, Jesus is asking about an understanding who Jesus is. And today, in the midst of this pandemic, in the midst of worldly temptations, Jesus is asking the same question to us. What is our understanding about Jesus? And who is Jesus for me? Jesus is asking this to disciples what the people are saying about him. Many believe that Jesus is the reincarnation of the John the Baptist, or the long-awaited reveal of the prophets Elijah or Jeremiah. Then comes the most important question: who do you say I am? Simon Peter, however, has been given the gift of faith and clearly states that Jesus is the Messiah. Who do you say I am? With this question, Jesus reminds our knowledge of Jesus must never be at second hand. A man might know every verdict ever passed on Jesus. He might know all the Christology. He might know every teaching about Jesus. He might by heart every commentary on the teachings of Jesus. But Christianity never consists in knowing about Jesus. but always consists in knowing Jesus. Jesus demands a personal verdict from every Christian. Who do you say I am? When this question was addressed to Peter, his answer was, "You are the Christ, Son of the living God." And we do not know what was his idea when he said, "You are the Son of the living God." He might have conceived Jesus as the Son of God who came to abolish the rule of your Roman Empire and restore a kingdom. Or he might have conceived him as a spiritual reformer. But the experience of Peter made him a different man. And on the day of Pentecost, this ignorant fisherman addressed multitude who spoke different languages, but they heard him in their own language. He stood before the rulers and authorities and declared his loyalty to his master. He accepted imprisonment for the sake of his master. And finally, he embraced death on the cross. And today, Jesus expects an answer from each one of us, like St. Peter. Who is Jesus for me? All of us as believers have to give our personal answer to this question. The more people who we have in the church who believe our personal convictions like St. Peter, the more the church will be founded on rock. When Peter made the great discovery and a great conviction in his life, "You are the Son of the living God," Peter was given a great privilege and a great responsibility. And he was given the key of the kingdom of God. And it is a discovery which everyone must make for oneself. And when we make this discovery in our life, we also will be getting the key of the kingdom of heaven. And the key of the kingdom of heaven is entrusted by Christ not to just institutional church, but each one of us. Christ has given every one of us a key to the kingdom of God. That means to unlock the presence of God in our world by our own effort, to realize God's love in our midst. The question Jesus posed to Peter and his disciples is asked of every minute and every day to us. And our every decision we make is ultimately a response to this question. Who do you say that Jesus is? Our love for the family and friends, our dedication to the cause of justice, our commitment to the highest moral and ethical standards, our taking first step towards reconciliation and forgiveness, and our simplest act of kindness and charity. All this declares most accurately and effectively our belief in the Jesus as the Messiah and Redeemer. Today we all need this some statements like St. Peter to profess our faith, to proclaim our faith in the risen Lord. And that will give a meaning to our life, a meaning to our Christian life. We need the rock that Peter found in Jesus. We want to give this to our younger generation, to our children and our grandchildren. A rock that they can stand on in life, which nothing can demolish. And that rock is Jesus. And in Him